Sorry, I had to take a piss.
I'm unloading the meat. Unloading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. 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 I don't even know what it means, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. I'm unloading the meat. Unloading the meat. Unloading the meat.
Welcome to Unloading Meat. I am your host, Jared Ralphie Allen. Thank you so much for being here, and today is the big one, folks. That's right, gang. It is episode 100. And, you know, after 99 episodes of unloading our meat together, consensually, I thought it was important to kind of look back at where we came from because, spoiler alert, I've talked to a lot of fucking people. So today we're going to show you some of my all-time favorite clips of the show from the past 99 episodes, and maybe even some extended cuts of things you've never seen before. Now, on an episode as important as this, we needed a very, very special guest. Someone to serve as like our guide today on this very important journey down Unloading Meat history. And after, you know, much deliberation and a few messages here and there of potential guests, there was only one conclusion I could come to as to who would have this very distinct honor of being on set today to kind of recap the past 100 episodes of Unloading Meat. And I think I chose well, guys. So please give a very great welcome to the one, the only, Mr. Jared Ralphie Allen. Hey guys, thank you so much for having me. It's actually an awesome experience to be over here on this side of the studio in my chair from my living room. Well, we spare no expense here on Unloading Meat. Wait, are you really referring to yourself as we? Like, in the third person? Isn't that kind of vain? Moving on, for our first clip, I thought we'd take you back to where it all began. Episode 1 of Unloading Meat with my friend AJ. Now, I first met this guy back in middle school, and to this day, I still maintain that he's one of the funniest motherfuckers I've ever met. Especially if you get him in the right environment, or in the right atmosphere, or just give him the right amount of booze. Because then he can get fun karaoke, AJ. JRA, do you have any fond memories of this episode? All I'll say is keep a lookout for our longtime editor Stefano's notes throughout the episode, including when he spells his name wrong in the very first episode. What a tool. Agreed. And on that note, go ahead and sit back, relax, grab a drink, light them if you got them, and enjoy this extended clip of episode 1 of Unloading Meat with my friend AJ. Remember a friend that asked you if water was a natural lubricant?
I do remember that, yes.
Yeah. That fucker. That weird fucker.
Yeah, what a weird fucker.
Yeah. Sexual assault's not cool, guys.
Yeah.
We'll put a little banner up or something like that. Yeah.
What a piece
of shit. Anyway,
yeah.
How you been, man?
I've been good.
Been good?
Yeah.
You catch up on any TV shows or anything lately?
Yeah, I've been watching all the major ones, of course.
Like what?
Last of Us recently.
Last of Us? Oh. Tell me more. Because Daddy likes Last of Us.
I love it.
I love Last
good.
of Us. I was curious how people were going to react to the girl that plays Ellie.
I was too.
Because
I knew she did good in Game of Thrones.
She was fantastic in Game of Thrones. And she's like, what, 9?
Her role also in Game of Thrones, to me, wasn't a big one.
No, because she had 2 scenes and then she died?
Yeah, pretty much.
And she was like a 9-year-old actress? Like, what the fuck do you want from her, people?
A couple scenes, through a couple episodes, that added up to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't know how she might not be good as Ellie, but after the first episode, I was like, oh yeah, she works.
Yeah. And they've really done a lot to address her 5 head too.
Yeah. Holy shit, that took me a second.
I'm not body shaming, guys.
Oh, I was trying to think of which one.
I look who Brendan Fraser is trying to get an Oscar for. Okay, I'm not body shaming anybody.
No.
The Whale in theaters now. Well, you know what? We look like the 2 guys that they fucking wheel in on those motorcycles to get a Guinness Book of World Records every 5 years. We just need to get some sunglasses and some mopeds, man.
Oh my god. Just Cartman on the 2 wheels down the street.
Yeah. Having everyone just to carry your ginormous balls, right?
Just a potato.
A potato?
It would just be potatoes.
Why?
In the carts.
Why would there be potatoes?
I don't know. thinking about potatoes for some reason.
Are you hungry?
No.
Did you grow up in Idaho?
Maybe.
Were you sexually assaulted by like a tater tot or something?
His name was Spudsy.
Spuds McKinsey?
Yeah.
So you're into bestiality?
No.
Oh, okay. Damn it. I got my
I hate furries.
Why? Let's talk about it.
No, I don't want to talk
Why
about
don't you talk about furries?
I hate furries because you said bestiality and that reminded me of furries.
Are you yiffy, AJ?
Oh, my God.
Do you remember that? If you're not knowing what we're referencing, Stefano, you know what I'm referencing. The everlasting snow mule. Look it up, guys.
Oh, really? Are you yiffy right now?
Yes, very yiffy.
Why is that?
Because, I don't know, we just yippy.
You can only express this with me. I'll be perfectly fine with you getting like this.
Right.
Oh,
It'll haunt your dreams and nightmares.
yeah. I showed that to you, actually,
You showed,
didn't I?
yeah, you showed that
Yeah.
to me. Do you remember when I invited you to my apartment when I lived in Tulsa for our party with
I do.
with my gay roommate?
Yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember what happened with said gay roommate? Let me set the scene for you guys.
No, I don't.
I was living in Tulsa with a gay roommate. I'm not saying that was his only identity. I'm just saying he was my gay roommate because the first night I met him, we went through Wendy's drive-thru, and then he told me he was gay, but he wasn't into me. And then I was offended because I was like, well, but why? So that's why he's my gay roommate, because now I'm hurt. But I suck dick now, so it's okay. So my gay roommate and me hosted a party, and we had a whole bunch of people, and I invited you because you were one of my one friends that I knew that wasn't in town.
Yeah.
But you went up there, and I'm already giggling about it. Do you remember the MySpace?
I do. I remember leaving it logged in.
Yeah, you got up there, and we had a few drinks. You got into your MySpace back in the day and
I
left it
remember
logged
that.
in. And then we're not going to name any names, but said gay roommate knew that you were coming and wanted to test how much gayness you could take. And he told me, I don't know if I've ever told you this part of the story. He told me that he was going to put you to a test.
I
He
didn't
likes
know
to fuck
this.
with straight people.
Yeah.
So the thing that he did is while you were sitting on the couch, he invited one of our mutual friends into the bedroom with him.
I remember. I know where you're going with this.
You know where this is going.
Yeah.
You know where this is going.
Yeah.
And then about 30 minutes later, you hear a lot of screaming in that bedroom
Yep.
and a cussing and yelling. A lot of shit's going on in there. And the room gets kind of quiet, and I turn down the music in the room. The door busts open, and there goes that mutual friend, handcuffed, jeans around his fucking ankles, falling over right next to you on the couch.
Yeah.
Just like plop right there. Just right there.
Yep.
You're looking down at him, shocked as shit, drunk. And here comes my gay roommate with a fucking loaded gun in just his boxers and goes, "Get back in here. Get back in here." And he grabs him by the jeans and he drags him back into the bedroom and slams the door and locks it.
I remember that.
And you looked at me with fear. Fucking fear. That's a scary.
I was worried
most
it was
scared.
that kind of party. I was like,
What kind of party did you think I was inviting you to?
I'd fuck if I know. It's Tulsa.
The next thing
Anything
I know,
could
you
fucking
ran
happen.
out of the room. You left.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You left, AJ. I remember. You left.
Yeah.
So much. You left so fast that you forgot to log out of your MySpace.
Yeah. I forgot.
And what happened to said MySpace, AJ?
Oh, it got
What-
trashed.
So, I'll set the scene, guys. AJ's driving back home, and this is back in the days before iPhones and smartphones, right, guys? This is MySpace. So
Just a razor phone.
we start fucking with his MySpace hardcore. I'm changing the background music back in the day. When you go to the MySpace, it would just automatically play some random song you could set. It was annoying as shit. You couldn't fucking surf it quietly anywhere. It's kind of like when you open up TikTok right now. It's annoying. We changed his background song to the Golden Girls theme song. We started putting status updates saying, it's time I finally just admitted and stopped living a lie. And we just started making all these like coming out status updates. I almost said his name. Gay roommate was helping with this. I hope you know.
Oh, I'm sure.
He was.
I'm sure it was a group effort.
And then, okay, we're caught up now. The audience is caught up. What happened on that road back to home, AJ?
Suddenly, my phone started blowing the fuck up with text messages.
Oh, why?
And
Why? Why so?
I looked down at my phone while I'm driving, and I've got texts from like 3 or 4 girls that I hadn't talked to in a while. And they're all like, why didn't you tell me? And I'm like, fucking tell you what? And she was like, why didn't you tell me that you were that way? And what do you mean? Like, I'm texting this while driving 80 down the fucking highway. And then, like, it took like 5 minutes for me to get it out of her of what the fuck was going on. I was just kept saying, like, what are you talking about? And she wouldn't fucking get it clear. And then finally she's like, you just came out on MySpace. And what? And then fucking, so I'm just like, oh no, what the fuck? Oh, I didn't fucking sign out. That motherfucker. So I called you up and was like, motherfucker, get off my fucking MySpace. I say the F word a lot. But
especially when you're coming out.
Oh my God. So there I was, right? Balls deep in this guy's ass. Balls deep. So I says, what the hell? I give him a reach around. I reach around. Fucker's already hard. I says, gee, what a
Wrong.
Did you ever hear the Vandross burger?
There's a Vandross burger?
Yeah. It was allegedly the thing that he loved to eat. It was a double cheeseburger, but instead of the buns, he would put Krispy Kreme donuts. That was the Vandross burger.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, it's a urban legend kind of thing about Luther Vandross.
That sounds so unhealthy, but it definitely sounds possible. It sounds like, I've seen people eat that at the fair. I always wanted to try it, like a donut burger.
There it is. There it is.
Oh, it looks terrible.
Like as soon as I typed it in, it was like Vandross burger.
Oh, no, never mind. Ew, I never. Cheese touching a donut. See, looks.
There it is.
That looks better. When it's like melted together, that looks.
The Luther burger.
The Luther burger.
Yeah.
Luther was eating that.
Yeah. That was like one of his things he loved.
Luther.
And it had to be Krispy Kremes.
Luther. May you rest in peace. You was eating this.
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah. Like,
I gotta try it for the one time one day.
So you talk about like what was your epiphany moment to lose weight, and it was that lady talking about your ass. If I ever get a burger named after me that has these kind of ingredients, that's gonna be my epiphany moment.
Yeah, like, oh my God, they're naming monstrosities in my name.
Yeah.
Oh, donut burger. I want to try it, but it's so nasty.
It's like they have you seen that KFC brought back the Double Down?
What's the Double Down? The
Double Down is kind of like this. It's bacon and cheese sandwich and chicken sandwich, but instead of buns, it's just 2 fried chicken patties. So it's fried chicken fillet, bacon and cheese, fried chicken fillet.
They're trying to kill us. They're trying to look at the signs, people. KFC wants you dead.
Yeah, that's
if you eat
that's the Double Down right there.
Oh, if you eat that, think about your kids before you eat that.
The fucked up part right now, that's the only way you can get into the beta for Diablo 4 is you have to buy a KFC combo.
See what they're trying to do?
So they're literally like, if you want a game, you have to go get and it's like about the Double Down. They brought it back just for this.
What's going on?
It's like they're really trying to turn us into the Wall-E people.
I just want to play the game. I don't want to die from hypertension I don't want to eat this fucking chicken fucking gangbang. I want to fucking play the game. What is this?
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
It's chicken instead of the buns?
Yeah, that's it. That's literally it. It's
Bacon
greasy as
and
shit.
chicken should
They
never-
wrap it, and it's like greasy as shit. And it's like the first time I had it, like I tried, like it's one of those things where like 5 or 6 years ago they brought this out, and everybody's like, "Oh, I gotta try it." You're just stupid enough. I gotta try it. I tried it. It is dry as fuck. Like it's just so dry.
Of course it is.
It
is fried hard.
It just wasn't worth it. And
of course it's not.
For the fact that they brought it back, it was just like, why?
These corporations suck nowadays.
I know.
They're losing when you're already rich, you lose that hunger, so to speak.
Yeah.
And
Irony.
you just don't come up with good ideas anymore. You got to stay hungry. You got to want to.
You lose touch with what the people want. And like
Exactly. Because what? A chicken wrapped chicken with bacon?
It's basically now we're living in meme culture of what can make a headline.
Yeah.
that sounds shocking that'll get people in the door to try it at least once.
What'll get trending? Like, make
Yeah,
some.
everything's trending. Has to be trending.
The
You're right.
person that thought of this, would you eat this? Who
No.
runs these fast food places? Who's the head chef?
They're test kitchens, and then it's like how much chemical can they put in there to mass produce it as cheap as possible?
See.
You know what I mean? Like honestly, I bet you, because like if you watch things like Super Size Me and Super Size Me 2,
I watch Super Size Me.
yeah, like if you watch that and see their test kitchens, like you'll see like professional chefs and like the I am sure KFC has a professional chef in their test kitchen in Kentucky or where the fuck it is.
Why did you let that happen?
I bet that one that he originally made is like a 5-star, really good one.
Well, I need to taste his.
That's what I'm saying. But like by the time it gets down to manufacturing those
Oh,
fillets
yeah.
and getting them to where they're processed and all that shit,
It's just
and all the enzymes that keep it shelf stable for months. Yeah, it's just not gonna taste the same.
Yeah, that chicken's not even a chicken anymore.
Nah.
Don't you hate to see that?
Yeah.
That's waste of a good chicken. This is why we have this shortage of why do we have a wing shortage, but not the other parts of the bird?
Dude, I was wondering the same fucking thing. Like
My
whenever
friend
like
Bell said that the other
well, like
day.
when wasn't Rick Ross was like doing the thigh meals and stuff like after that we had the wing shortage?
I was talking to Larry Tibbs and Bell, and they said they were talking about that. They were like, "Yeah, how did we have a wing shortage, but no legs? I mean, we got legs." And I was like, "Yeah, because it's 2 wings.
Yeah,
it's 2 legs. How is it a wing shortage though?"
Yeah.
What?
And then there was also the thing like I said, like Wingstop and stuff like that went to like thighs for a while. Like they started doing thigh moves.
I remember that.
It's like you can get all your favorite things just with thighs, and I'm like, why wasn't that an option before? Like, I mean, I don't know. Like this is weird. How
You think we're eating chicken for real?
at some places.
Some places. Yeah, some
Depends
places.
on if they paid the chicken gods or not.
You think that McChicken is chicken?
No,
Hell
fuck no.
It's not chicken. What bird do you think it really is? I think it's pigeon.
Bird?
It's not chicken.
I don't know if it's bird.
Might be crow.
Yeah.
I think I believe.
I can't eat McDonald's personally. Like
I don't eat it either. Well, I'm lying. If I'm toasted, I'm
filet of fish I'll grab.
Ugh, I don't like filet of fish.
Really?
Well, no. Yeah, I don't.
I had my gallbladder out like 12 years ago. So like I'm have like an express lane. So like McDonald's fucks me up hardcore. Like pepperoni on a pepperoni pizza fucks me up. I get sick. So there's certain things I just can't eat, and just something about McDonald's food, even the French fries, and there's something in that that's like the chemicals or what.
Or something. Or
It just makes me sick. Like their ice cream, fries, anything. I just get sick. So I just stopped eating McDonald's.
You're just allergic to McDonald's.
I don't know what it is.
I think you're just. Hey, it's not a bad. McDonald's is.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not like you're not missing out on something. It'd be different. Man, I can't drink milk. I'm like, oh man, so lactose intolerant. I love cheese, ice cream. McDonald's, fuck McDonald's.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not saying eradicate that part. I might need. I might need a sponsorship one day. Who says?
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm selling out.
Because I grew up in Cushing, which like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Cushing's very small.
Oh yeah, but
it's actually a little bigger now, but it's still tiny.
It's crazy how like some of these towns are ballooning. Like I remember when Owasso was small.
I know. Owasso's crazy now.
Yeah. Being as a little kid, Owasso was just like the suburb of Tulsa. You kind of had a few restaurants and like a Walmart. That was kind of it.
Now it's like fucking
mini Tulsa,
basically.
Like honestly, if you look at like compare Owasso to what's it called, Tulsa Hills, that area over there, and they're pretty similar.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like just that area 75 where Tulsa Hills, all that whole expansion right there. That's pretty much every single restaurant and everything that's in Owasso is right there in that.
Yeah, all the good ones.
Yeah, all the good ones.
All the good. They're like commercial cities. They're like, it's like little. Everything's a chain. There's not a lot of, like, mom and pop restaurant places. It's all a chain.
I mean, they're all like even
it's a capitalism city.
Even here, we had an expansion by our Lowe's and stuff a couple years ago, right before COVID.
Yeah,
and those chains like Ross, TJ Maxx, PetSmart, what's it called, Great Clips, all those, even though they're not technically the same company, they all go as one block.
Yeah.
So if you want to buy it, you get all of them, and that's kind of like a status symbol kind of thing.
Oh.
Where like once you get like that row, then the other rows will come to you and stuff like that. And so that's the way Owasso and these expansions happen. So if you see a Ross, there's always gonna be a TJ Maxx next to it, and then like a Petco. Like they always go in groups.
Bro,
like that.
now that you say that,
they always go in groups.
Bro, you just blew my mind. Now that you say that, I'm thinking about it.
And their status things, like once that block happens, then other companies will jump on. Like
they're like, oh fuck, boys, the Great Clips is in.
Put it this way, like 6 months after that, Bartlesville got a Chick-fil-A, and a Panda Express, and like
Yeah.
those things started hopping in and stuff like
Bro,
that.
Cushing's got a Taco Bell, so it's starting to step up their game a little bit.
I used to work in Ardmore for a bit.
Oh, man.
Ardmore is like just like there's nothing out there but a prison, and like
Yeah.
a few miles later there's a casino,
A
and
lot,
like
of acts come out there, though.
a lot of acts because of the
Yeah.
casino.
Yeah.
But that entire town is nothing but fast food restaurants. That's it.
Yeah.
Like there's just it is like every
It's a
fast food.
pass-through town.
It's a pass-through town, and like it is just right next to the highway. There's just a little hub of stuff. There's my cell phone place where I work, and then there's just like this town is smaller than probably what Cushing was, or even like Dewey and stuff like it is.
Yeah.
But it has a Jack in the Box, Chick-fil-A. Like it has like 30 restaurants in this little small area,
Yeah.
just right there. It's almost like it's like a drive-through like mall food court town, basically.
Yeah.
Like that's honestly the best way to describe Ardmore.
There's a lot of those around, man.
And then it was so hard like hiring people there because everybody either worked at the prison or
Yeah.
they had been at the prison.
Yeah.
So then they didn't qualify for the background check. So then they went to work at the prison.
yeah.
That was pretty much the life of Ardmore. Just a revolving door of casino, prison, casino, prison.
Casino prison.
Yeah.
What a life.
And then fast food.
The fast food's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. The casino's cool. I'm not like, I don't know. I like the vibe of a casino. I'm not a gambler, but I like being in a casino. There's something about just being in a place where people can smoke.
Yeah.
I really like it. I have so many people that complain and bitch about it. And I'm like, dude, this is like the last bastion of American freedom. Like being able to smoke indoors.
I get having
love it.
I get the health concern as far as that, but I like that there's a choice.
Exactly.
There's got to be a place where people that are smokers can just be comfortable.
That's the beauty of America.
I
is you
honestly
have
agree with
choice.
that.
Yeah.
Now, I do think that there should be, if there is a casino, maybe you should have a place that does have some non-smoking and some smoking, maybe possibly eventually down the line. Just for the people that like don't want to. But they also say,
I say you make casinos 2 stories and you put the non-smokers on the second floor. And
I'm
all
okay
the
with that.
smokers on the first floor, and then it all funnels up.
But you got to remember, casinos are mostly held by fat people, so eventually that second floor is just going to come crashing down.
That is true. And a lot of people in canes and wheelchairs.
Yeah, if you ever want to figure out if the story of Wally's coming true, just go to a casino.
Yeah, fair point. There are some pretty gnarly people in casinos.
I mean, I'm not throwing a stone. Look at my fat ass right here. And like,
yeah, but like you're not like casino fat. Like casino fat's different.
So when is this coming out? When is this podcast coming out?
This will probably be. You're gonna come out on the 27th.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna ask her to marry me on the 25th. So this will come out 2 days later.
I love this woman. Katie.
Oh my God.
Will you do me the honor of being my wife? She said yes.
I'm super happy that you're finally doing that because the first time you introduced me, you're like, "This is my woman," or "This is my girl."
Yeah.
Or no, she said that. She's like, "I'm Roscoe's woman," or "I'm Roscoe's girl."
Roscoe's girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She says this.
And then like when I text you one time, I was like, "Hey, your wife," and I was like, "I don't know if it's wife or girlfriend. I don't know what."
Yeah.
So I was like, "I don't know what the term is." So
Yeah.
you're helping the community be at least narrowing that down too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's weird. You know,
I'm so happy that
she's 40. She's 45 and never been married.
Really?
Never. No. And I knew.
I was gonna say
after we'd been dating for 3 months, like I knew I was gonna marry her. Like I just knew it, and I've told her multiple times, you know. But it was just a matter of, you know, I'm a broke ass comedian, so it's a matter of getting money together to get a ring. It's a matter of, you know, I asked her son if I could ask her. He's 26 years old. He lives in Oklahoma City. I had to ask her mother, which I haven't done yet, but I will between now and the time. But yeah, man, I'm super excited.
Holy shit, I completely forgot about Roscoe's proposal. Yeah, season 1 had a lot of amazing moments from a lot of amazing comedians and friends. But you know, guys, Unloading Meat is not just about comedy. Even though, if it was, we'd probably be a lot more successful by now. Facts. Anyways, starting in season 2 of Unloading Meat, we really tried to push the envelope of what it meant to be a quote-unquote comedy podcast. This meant we started booking musicians, drag performers, and so much more. Yeah, remember the first time we had a music performance in the studio? Well, thanks to the magic of editing, I don't fucking have to. We can just roll the tape right now. Wait, now you're the one using the royal we shit? Fuck, it really does feel more natural to say it that way, doesn't it? Indeed it does. Anyways, let's start off our season 2 clips with our very first in-studio live music performance from musician Andrew Live, who was live in the studio. Just watch the clips. Please welcome Andrew Live.
Staring at the crossroads, looking at my path, searching for something, chains that will last. Let the earth split open, let fire engulf the sky. My love for you will never die. And when I found myself, there was you, there was you. And when I found myself, there was you, there was you. And when I found myself, there was you, there was you. And when I found myself, there was you, there was you.
Woo!
Yeah.
That was amazing, man.
Hey, thank you.
That was freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
That was really, really nice.
I haven't played for someone on my couch in a while. So
And I've
or
never
on
had
a
somebody
couch,
play
not
on the
my
couch that
yeah.
wasn't, paid for by a hooker. Anyway, I find it always fascinating. I think I've talked on a couple podcasts. Like, so I have an unusual approach to my career, my stand-up. I grew up loving pro wrestling. And I see a lot of similarities with independent wrestlers and how they get booked and how they're like making their own costumes, doing their own stuff, and they're promoting stuff and sometimes doing shows for like a hot dog and a handshake kind of thing. I see a lot of similarities between independent wrestling and stand-up. I also see those similarities when I get into like looking at like drag performers and stuff like that, because there's a lot of wrestlers that are making their own costumes. And I don't know if you've ever, are you a wrestling? I'm not sure if you're a wrestling fan or not.
I've watched like WWE, things like that.
I'm sure you can see like when they do their entrances, they're beautiful, elaborate costumes, their robes. I honestly think a lot of them are very influenced by drag, and they just don't want to admit it. Ric Flair's robes. Ric Flair especially, like those are some of the most beautiful robes that you can't tell me a drag performer would not be in that same robe. Like some of those robes are just very drag or drag-esque inspired.
Everything's usually stoned down.
Yeah, and there's a performer in WWE named Bianca Belair, and she's very homegrown, does her own stuff, and even though she's a multi-millionaire now, like main evented WrestleManias and stuff like that, she makes all of her attire herself. She hand sews her entrance gear, her actual tights, everything. She makes it all herself, so that way before every big match, it means something to her. So like that gear she's doing is something that she spent a month prior working on and ordering and stuff. So when she goes out there, it means something to her. And I can admire that. I can kind of like say I relate that like people with drag and stuff. I can say the same thing.
Yes, and your clothes just become so special after you put so much work into it.
Yeah.
It's just some of the pieces in my closet are just very special because I have taken the time to stone them myself or alter them, and it may not even be the most expensive thing. Something from the thrift store, you cut together, sew, throw stones on it.
Yeah.
You put your passion into it, and it becomes something so special.
Yeah. So like, what's your favorite outfit so far? You think you've had?
Well, I have a evening gown that I had made that was custom made for me, and I don't know if you might have seen the photos, but it's the orange gown with the big
I
poof
did.
and the train.
Okay, I know the one you're talking about. We're gonna have to include that one. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yes, that one.
That one's amazing.
What's some of your favorite things that inspired you as far as like your outfit choices?
Well, the nanny, Fran Fine, is one of
Ooh.
my biggest inspirations. So definitely, anytime I feel that I get ready, it's always like, how would Fran Fine make
That
this
is a
up.
deep cut. I can appreciate a nice 90s sitcom or early 2000s sitcom reference. So yes, I want hats off to you. Like
you.
I love that. Do you still watch The Nanny, or is it available anywhere? Because I need to watch it now. You brought it up.
I have it all on DVD, so I haven't watched it. Well, right now I don't even have a TV plugged in. But
Well, you just moved.
do, yes. And I did put it up on the wall, and I guess I didn't put it on the wood part.
Oh, the stud, yeah.
Yeah, and it just flew off the wall. So
Oh.
I'm like, I'll wait till I have help with that.
I've been there.
Yes.
I've also fell through a ceiling once while I was like moving DirecTV line in my dad's house. They were like, I was like, can I have TV in my room? They're like, well, you're gonna have to run the satellite cable because we lived out in the country. So they're like, if you want to do it, you got to run the cable through the attic. And I was like, okay. 5 minutes later, I fall through the ceiling and just right through.
Ouch.
That hurt. I missed the bed by like 2 inches. If I was like just 2 inches over, I would have landed perfectly on my bed, been fine.
Yes.
My dad ran up the stairs and was like, well, at least you got the cord in the room. Like, that was all
He's like, get out.
Just a gigantic hole in the ceiling. I was even fat back then.
A lot of them are getting into cornhole.
Yeah.
The beanbag game
Yeah.
or whatever. They have leagues where they meet every week, and it's like huge. I know a guy who is quitting comedy to go pro in
Really?
cornhole. He's going to be a professional cornhole player. I was
Wow.
like, I thought he was joking with me. He's like, no, I'm serious.
Is cornholing like eclipsing frisbee golf?
Yeah, it's like on ESPN Ocho, you know?
ESPN 8, The Ocho, bringing you the finest in seldom seen sports from around the globe since 1999. If it's almost a sport, we've got it here.
It's on TV, though, on some of these extended channels.
Yeah,
beanbag toss.
One of the open mics here in Tulsa, like we do open mics on Thursdays, and on Saturdays they have a beanbag toss competition.
Yeah,
and they all have their
so
custom
weird.
things and everything like that. Yeah,
it's so weird what gets popular. Like a childhood game. Like pretty soon it's gonna be like the hopscotch Olympics and double Dutch.
What was
tournaments.
that? What was that thing in the '90s that was like the electronic hopscotch you could do yourself? Do you remember that one where you put it on your foot and you just?
Oh yeah.
It's like the skip go or something like that.
So skip it, do run, do jump, do hop, hop. Skip it, skipping and a screaming and a bop to bop. But the very best thing of all, there's a counter on this ball. So try to beat your very best score. See if you can jump a whole lot more. Skip it, come on everybody, skip it. Roaring good fun from Tiger Toys.
Yeah, it probably was called the skip go.
Yeah.
It was like a little ball and chain. It was just getting all those kids grew up to be on house arrest and have an ankle monitor.
Either that or
Like,
they all
I'm used to
sued the
this.
company after they fell on their faces.
Yeah, maybe.
Just a giant trip hazard. Buy now at Walmart.
The shin killer.
And I actually had a moment yesterday at the mall. I was just there because I like to eat at the food court because I'm fancy like that. I was by myself. I'm like, I'm going to go eat at the food court at the mall. And I'm walking down and I saw something. They have a vending machine for eyelashes. Swear on my life.
Stop.
No, I circled
dreams
back.
have come true.
I know. I circled back and I was like, well, that explains a lot of the crap I've seen lately.
Yeah.
I mean, if you are getting your eyelashes at a vending machine at the mall, stop.
I mean, at least that's imported from Japan, unlike the used girls' panties vending machine. They have those.
Shut up. No, where?
They're in Japan. Used girls' panties in a vending machine. You buy them in little capsules.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's a famous thing in Japan. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, and then when I saw that, I was like, okay, so I'm at a new phase in my life because I am getting to do this comedy and it is my therapy and everything. Literally everything has become material.
Yeah.
So when I was at the airport the other night and my flight was supposed to leave at 6:00 and at 9:00, after they've loaded us on the plane and unloaded us on the plane and come back 4 or 5 times telling us different things, and they announce that we won't be leaving until the next morning. Well, everybody else is melting down and they end up having to have police there and everything. I'm over here like, this is going to make some good comedy on the road. So it just changes your perspective. Everything's not as big of a deal as it probably could have been in the moment. But I was really taken back by the eyelash vending machine.
I tried. I would be too. I mean, it's eye-opening unless the lashes get caught.
Unless it's really good
They get
glue.
stuck with a little claw at the
Yeah.
bottom. You have to shake the machine. Turns into a whole fiasco. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's like
Maybe it's a vending machine. I was like, seriously. And they were some freaky deaky eyelashes too. I was like,
just in time for Halloween.
It's made my weekly run to Costco. Tropical mango, dragon fruit, strawberry mango fever. That's brand new.
Costco. Like Louis is so like Louis Anderson is brilliant.
Who I am portraying today.
Yeah, because that's where I was like, we have to do. I don't even know how we came to. I think we were just talking about shows. You're too into this. Like,
I know.
I have a feeling. Oh my gosh, I have a feeling you're just gonna like stay in this like the rest of the day, like after I leave.
I can go pick up my kids.
Go pick up your kids. Please pick up your children.
The best part is I went.
Like kids.
Nobody knows this show. Nobody.
Nobody knows the show. If you know this show, like this is gonna be your lowest rated episode. Like that's. Like, no one's going to watch this one because no one knows, and it's sad, but also, I like it.
Yeah.
I like having it to myself.
I know.
I don't want to share. I don't want anything to get, like, Taylor Swift.
The
like,
thumbnail is going to be hilarious on
Right.
YouTube. People are going to like, which one of those faces is Photoshopped the most?
Right.
And neither one.
Neither one.
This is practical effects, y'all. Yeah. Practical. The only anime, it is technically an anime because it's still going too. I'm a big Digimon guy.
Cool.
And my 6-year-old is now into Digimon. I'm getting her it's on Hulu. The first 3 seasons of Digimon from the 90s. Or it was 1999 2000.
Do you hear that? Like
a little whistle?
No, all our female audience is like clicking away right now because they don't want to hear two grown men talking.
Nothing makes a woman moist like hearing about Digimon. They're digital monsters.
It's Ollie Page.
I got Bailey.
Hello. It works.
You're on.
What up? Do it.
The fuck is up? I don't
know. Michelle. I actually remember her name.
Jared, how's it going?
It's hot.
Welcome to unloading meat, unloading schmeat, unloading schmeat.
I was trying to think of a catchy name. I was like, what can I do? Like Unloading Meat Live, Unloading Meat Presents. I was like, no, I'll just say I'm unloading my meat at there.
What's so like? Do you guys like you whip out your meat on the pod? Is that how it works?
How am I gonna
it's a lot to unload.
AdamandEve.com. I'm sure you can get a discount code online.
one of those, am I supposed to bring it? I didn't know this. Okay.
We were talking about Michelle's sex toys.
And try to release the
It's a pretty good thing. So Michelle, tell us about your sex toys.
So you don't throw the.
You brought it up. I didn't want to.
That would be catastrophic.
Is she of age?
So I got a question. I once bought this girl a sex toy, right? And then like she left me. And like, do I keep it? Do I use it with the next person? Is the bigger question.
Depends on if you're fond of the smell.
I mean,
Don't shame me.
Depends. You know, the smell can be a little too ripe sometimes.
You're on the Unloading Meat show. What the fuck do you think we're gonna talk about?
Yeah, I don't know. I bought lube from a sex store once.
Okay.
That's
it.
That's the extent of it.
Yeah. But, and when I bought it, I asked the lady a bunch of questions. I was like, is this water based or what is it? And then she took control and she was so professional. She was like, these are silicone, these are water, and she really
sign up for our rewards.
Yeah, she really like tried to sell me, sell it, you know.
I don't know. Every time I go to a sex store, it's always like sounds like some old Jewish woman behind the guy, like, "Oh, honey, you need this kind of lube."
Well, she gave that kind of vibe. She was very kind of like over it, kind of an over it kind of vibe.
Use red wine to open up your stomach.
Yeah.
We got Bailey Mickle. Say hello.
Greetings.
We got Dylan. We got Dylan Walters.
I am here.
And we got the one and only Trash.
Aye.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Dude, thank you for having us.
Yeah, guys.
We just had a delicious meal to preface this whole wonderful exchange.
Yeah, we had an Unloading Meat extravaganza. Right
Jared
now, we're just
unloaded
gonna
his meat in our mouths.
Oh yeah.
He unloaded his meat. Yeah, in case you guys ever wanted to know what Unloading Meat is about, it's literally when 3 dudes drive an hour to show up to your house and you just lay it on them. Am I right?
And then you put the meat between 2 buns.
Yeah, dude.
We all swallowed Jared's pork steak today.
That's true. That's true. Way to bury the lead.
It was excellently crafted.
It was. Cholula was involved for lube.
I like my lube spicy.
Chalupa. Ooh, Chalupa.
So Cholula is not the little Mexican kid who lives next to Jared. Just by the way, it's this type of seasoning you find in the Mexican aisle.
Yeah, if you didn't know what Cholula was, dude, you need to go back to
the future.
Moreos.
I think out of the cavalcade of racism you just had in that one sentence, the most racist thing was Mexican aisle.
Yeah, you can't say Mexican out loud. How can you
Hispanic
believe
aisle.
these people are literally walking around saying Mexican?
Yeah.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah, you
dude.
Mexican't.
I wouldn't hang out with a single motherfucker that ever said that out loud.
It's like when they tried to like get over Latinx.
Yeah.
Remember that? They're like, it's not Latino, it's Latinx. And the Latinos were like, fuck it is.
No, it's not.
Dude, you know what that makes me think of?
White people relabeling shit.
That makes me think of this gas
That's the whitest
station.
thing we could have fucking done.
Yeah.
I used to go to this gas station, and they had a rack right by the fucking cashier's place. That was a spinny rack, but it was all DVDs, and it was DVD porn. But there would be no covers on this. It was color-coded, so you go to the Latinx spot, dude, it was like, I guess it was orange. If you go to the Asian spot, that was the yellow one, and then of course the black one, it would be black or whatever.
So what you're trying to say is when you saw Latinx the first time, you decided
Orange.
two of the extras were taken off, so you thought it was just like softcore.
Yeah, it was like
I'm getting some just like
Dora got explored.
Dora got explored.
Dora got explored to the fullest.
So like entry level cartel shit.
Spelunking, dude, literally at a fucking functional business, and these are a whole rack of DVDs that are literally, it would just be a yellow paper that said Asian porn, and then a brown paper that said Latinx. Like, dude, it was crazy. And they had cases
like double
of
Latin, like
dude,
is
yes,
it extra
yes,
Latin,
the double X.
Like
dude, they
is there
had
like Latin and then
you mean something like this?
No, but it was just literally a brown
Is there
piece
real
of construction
hentai right there?
paper.
Let me see that.
This is from Boyd.
Let me see. Let me see.
Boyd gave me to this when he
It's
came
giving
over.
me trauma,
Holy
dude.
fuck.
Honestly,
I haven't
looking
watched
at
it
that
yet.
is giving
I
me
have not
trauma.
watched it yet, mostly because I don't want to put
watch
on
this.
Yeah, we
That
can.
looks
Y'all wanna
like
watch
it's
I don't have a
gonna-
drive on
hentai?
this.
Do you know what that says to me?
That's Goku.
I can put it in my
That's
PS5
some
over there.
Sailor Moon,
Wait,
Dragon
can
Ball
they
Z.
see this?
Dude, don't put that on the camera.
That's
I'm gonna put it on the
take
camera.
half
That's
your
uncomfortable.
shit.
Look at that shit.
That's take half your shit.
The heroes and heroines of the infamous Sailor and 7 Ball Z.
Take half
Plus
your
even
shit.
more your favorite anime characters
Goku fucking Sailor Moon.
are back
Take-
for an all-new sexcapade filled with intergalactic lust, S&M battles, tentacle terror, and even more hardcore
Tentacle
action.
terror.
Powered up to a debauched, depraved level that's not for the easily
Thank you,
offended. Dude,
we gotta watch this
listen
and
to the
make a whole
special features,
podcast
dude.
about it.
They have interactive menus.
Oh,
Scene selection. English
Look.
stereo audio.
This woman on
Wait,
the
hold
front
on,
of this
hold on.
DVD.
We're not done here. 100% uncensored. anime parody. 60 uncensored. I fucked up
his
the word.
Oklahoman came out. It's okay.
I thought it was just made by Sanford and Son.
He's been fighting his
Uncensored.
whole life.
No,
to
it
keep
wasn't.
that
It's
from us.
uncensored.
Look, listen. This is from the
Uncensored
team
is
that brought you Star Balls, okay? You can't go wrong with it. There you go, Dylan.
And the sequel, Star Horse.
This person on the front of this movie cover will take half of your shit. That's what.
Yeah, that's no lie, dude.
That is.
No, dude. The Zodiac is just a Sailor Moon themed identity crisis. He's not wrong.
I'm telling you, dude. If you grew up in small town
Facts.
America and you don't know one of those that'll take half your shit, you're just digging your head in the sand.
What do you mean one of those?
Dude, this one right here, dude. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were pointing at Goku.
I will ask Jared to cut it out when I say.
Cold-blooded. Don't cut it.
What do you
Wait,
say?
wait.
You said who? Wow, I completely forgot about that hentai movie. Did you ever watch it? Only in sections. The story really didn't do it for me, but the visuals? Pure cinema. Nice. Well, now seems like the perfect time to talk about the guy that actually gave us that video, Mr. Boyd Heimer. If you don't know him, Boyd is a hilarious comic and author that has been on the show multiple times, but more importantly, he's a dear friend. Boyd has always been a reliable friend, not just of the channel, but me personally. If there's ever a project I have cooked up or just a harebrained scheme I think I have for a show, I know Boyd's only a call away, and he'll help me make it happen. I love you, buddy. Thank you so much for your support over the years, and I always got your back, and I hope I can return the favor someday. Enough of this sappy shit. Just cut to the season 3 clips. Take it away.
Where am I? Here?
Good point.
Huh?
I did that on stage a couple times where I was like, what if I just did that for like 5 minutes, just like eyebrows. And I was like one of those wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube men. And then I cut off, I'm like, let's be honest, I'm too fat to even do that impression. And like, I know there's a few of you in the audience being like, well, I guess it's a good thing that he knows. Like,
what if I just spent my 5 minutes going table to table, making direct eye contact and going, huh?
Can I tell you my my adventures in crowd work that did not go well?
Where am I?
But like, so we're up in Bricktown, beginning of it's actually happened this month. It was the first week of this month, and I go up there and like I told you my strategy beforehand. Where like when I write a little, I know what I'm going up there with, like a new bit, like open mic. I'm gonna try out something, but I'm also gonna like put on it right about the crowd before I go up. And there was this German girl that went up, and she was talking about living in Germany and stuff. So, of course, I'm going to riff on her. So, basically, I went up there, and I was, I remember my first thing was like, you mentioned you're from Germany, right? Mm-hmm. At what age did you come home from school and just be like, man, fuck my grandparents? And she did not laugh. And so, and then I was like, man, I've been watching you all night over there, and you haven't cracked in nothing. You're a real n***y.
Yeah. She stood up and said, Gestapo! Please, Gestapo!
She went outside, got in the car with Goebbels and Goering. And then she was like, Auschwitz! Oh. And no, I'm not going to include that. I just did the hand gesture. Again, we're making fun of Germans, man. I can't even stand David Hasselhoff. Dude.
Oh, shit.
I just don't remember the scene in the Euro Trip where they have the picture-in-picture of David Hasselhoff doing his single. Like when they're fucking doing the sex scene in Euro Trip. And it's like this little bubble.
So long.
And David Hasselhoff comes up and is like, dude, that's right. That's how German sounds to me.
Yeah. But what I understand, though, like he was like one of the heaviest inspirations behind the bringing down of the wall.
Yeah.
You guys remember? It's nuts. You guys.
I just feel like I'm constantly taking your glamour shot.
You guys remember? Where am I? It's that guy.
Are you talking to the name or the thing? You fucking bitch.
I'm just dead in the camera for a minute. Am I here? Yeah.
Now. So listen to that Queen song. Now I'm here. Now I'm here.
Hello, motherfucker.
Queen's amazing because they can make these just like amazing opera songs that last forever but still just have such raw emotion, and then come out with a song about how much they love bicycles.
I know. I do gotta say though, I believe that Fat Bottom Girls is about fag hags. I'm pretty sure.
I heard it was about his babysitter.
Oh, I'm just saying, there's no way that he was writing about fucking women's asses the whole time. I mean, I know he did actually come out that historically he was bisexual, but they don't really play up that much.
Yeah.
They went more flamboyant than anything, but he was actually historically actual bisexual.
I mean, really, let's get it straight. Let's get it straight. Okay.
Well, he wasn't.
All right, where am I? But let's get it straight. Though. Where am I? Am I here? Everybody here? So let's get it straight. The only person that fucked him over was the music industry.
Oh, and AIDS. More specifically, the guy that gave him AIDS.
The guy that gave him the AIDS. It's a special spot in hell for him.
Yeah, it's a regular Bohemian Rhapsody.
Mama!
I will say this, and I really appreciate this about you, and like not just saying like I always say everything's wrestling, so I refer to it in terms of like gimmick and stuff like that, but like your whole persona and everything you do on stage.
That's just the autism.
Which spectrum? Oh, so you're on that spectrum.
And the visible light.
I'm just on the sexuality spectrum.
I think I might be on that one, but I'm afraid to check.
Have you got that tested yet?
No.
Oh.
Let me just tell you the story. I walked into the club. When I first got there, these two girls stopped me in the parking lot. They wanted to take a picture. No problem.
Yeah.
Go inside. Do the show. During the show, it's somebody's birthday. Just happens to be that it's one of those girls that's outside. No problem. Come on up here. Now, she was like a Tulsa 8.5. Probably a Bartlesville 10.
Yeah.
But Tulsa 8.5.
Yeah.
Solid
Dewey
8.5.
13. Oh.
So she comes up there. I blindfold her. I do a little strip dance. She's rubbing my nipples. I take my shirt off. It's a great time.
For who?
Everybody was having a solid time. A great laugh. I think it was a great laugh on that.
I don't think I was in the room when this occurred.
Okay, see, that's why he's not nearly as excited about it. So I wake up in the morning.
I don't remember seeing any nipples.
What?
Sorry.
You must have went to the bathroom.
Well, yeah.
Shirt came off.
He was like, "Is that a pepperoni? Man, I'm hungry."
No, they're small. It's unbelievable. Small
You can
nipples,
show-
though. I wake up in the morning to a message on my comedy page from her husband, Kevin Parrish of Bartlesville, Oklahoma, talking mad shit, saying he's going to do this and he's going to do that and blah, blah, blah. Well, guess where are we filming at right now?
Bartlesville, Oklahoma.
That's right, Kevin. I'm in Bartlesville. Find me. We're on Mason Street.
Oh, yeah.
261411 Mason Avenue.
You got to stop putting out the actual address.
So it was kind of funny because it's like, first of all, by no means was like I going home with this lady, nor her was going back to the Hampton Inn and Suites.
Ooh.
A beautiful establishment in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Bixby. I think it's Tulsa Bixby.
Is it Bixby?
Yeah. So I thought it was pretty funny. So what I did then is I posted that picture that I took with those two girls.
Yeah.
Then I created a Facebook ad to run strictly in Bartlesville, Oklahoma that said, if you're upset now, wait till you see the video of your wife rubbing my nipples. And I'm solidly waiting for that video to get into my possession. And you will be surprised at how many ads you see on Facebook in Bartlesville, Oklahoma.
I have got to see this video. Oh, man, I can't wait for it to come out.
I was just like, the audacity. First of all, peasant, who are you to write me? Yeah. I'm on the ladder of comedy, okay? You're all the way down here. I'm like on rung 1, okay?
Yeah.
Don't try me, Kev.
So you're making friends is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't even there. So I did say hashtag Kevin stayed home.
Well, what does that even say about him to maybe make the comment? Like, it says more about him than like anything you did on that stage.
Right. It's like, Kev, she already rubbed my nipples. Mission accomplished, bud.
Yeah.
It's too late now.
Yeah. And it's like, how insecure are you that you think like that's going to do the trick for most guys? Like, oh yeah, I got my nipples done. That's all I need. I was completely satisfied by your wife. Just the nipple play.
Well, if you saw, I was completely.
Yeah, actually.
I mean, if you saw this lady, you would know. I mean, completely satisfied.
Is that the sound that it makes?
Yes.
Oh.
I had to check. I thought that was me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
You're like, this couch is very comfortable. Yeah.
No, I thought I don't have the Pillsbury po' boy sound.
Oh, yeah. You have a real plethora of soundboards,
I do.
don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the one you use the least?
The bleep.
Oh.
Yeah, it's completely unnecessary,
Yeah.
it feels like.
And then we have.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. A little loud. And then.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's a fun one.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, if we were having beverage.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's 11 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
let's go ahead and get one.
Well, yeah, I mean, what have we been doing since 10?
Yeah.
I do have some
It is
vodka in there if you want.
Oklahoma.
Right.
Ask the neighbors, maybe. I don't know.
How insane would it be if we went to your neighbors and we're like, hey, do you guys have any booze? I know I'm in Bartlesville.
Well, if you ask for meth, maybe you
yeah,
get
I know
more.
that. I'll be like, hey, can I have my catalytic converter back?
Sure. Let me get back to
I
that.
did put my alarm on when I locked the truck to make sure.
Smart. Could you put an alarm that also checks my car?
yeah.
All right.
Just watching it.
Well, you didn't notice that once I started getting all this camera equipment in here, I was like, oh, I need to get gates on my doors.
They probably thought with all your cameras outside that you were a drug dealer.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
No, that's my neighbor.
I'm like Orange Challenger and security cameras.
Yeah.
This guy's got weed.
Who's your least favorite celebrity? I don't know why I'm going so negative because I don't have answers to these things. Like, I don't have anyone that I'm just like, I
Vince
hate
McMahon?
this person. Vince McMahon?
Yeah.
Okay.
McMahon, especially after all the allegations that came out last week.
Mm.
Him, like, doing sex trafficking for an employee and, like, tossing this woman around between him and Brock Lesnar and a couple other people.
Wow.
And, like, apparently shitting on her chest and, like, doing all these, like, really toxic shit.
Yeah.
And there's, like, these power dynamics and stuff. And, like, over, like, the last, like, 25 years.
Yeah.
Like, really, like, shitty stuff of, like, there's things of like women coming out saying like if you didn't agree with the script stuff like that, he would bury you on in live TV, like making you do like bra and panties matches and stuff like that.
Wow.
Just to publicly shame you and stuff like that
Yeah.
because you didn't agree behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And all this stuff's coming out and like this is just
Ugh. That's awful.
It's gross.
That's so gross.
Yeah. And then you remember that it came from the carnivals. Like it's all carnies.
Yeah.
Pro wrestling came from the the strongman competitions and stuff in the
Mhm.
20s, and then it's
Yeah.
all just ran by carnies.
Yeah.
Are you surprised?
Yeah.
If you can't win the ring game,
Yeah.
you're probably gonna get touched.
Yeah.
That's how I know the circus.
That's, that goes right up there in my all-time favorite sayings. Just, it's better to have loved and lost. This too shall pass. If you're gonna run the ring game, you're gonna get touched. Like that's solid age-old wisdom.
To infinity and beyond.
If you're in Oklahoma, there's that at certain point in your life you were in the church.
Yeah, now I get blowjob consensually. Available on Grindr.
This is just an ad for you. This is just an ad for you to be fucking.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta beat the Raid Shadow Legends ads on Grindr already. Yeah, even on fucking Grindr, there's Raid Shadow Legends ads. It's fucking great. It's like in between RuPaul's Drag Race ads. There's fucking Raid Shadow Legends.
Okay.
And then occasionally a female drama from Amazon Prime. Which is the most weird carried thing to watch. Like these are dudes fucking holes. Okay? They're plowing each other. I don't think we need to watch The Marvelous Miss Maisel. Like
listen to this funny lady.
But maybe Invincible. Jack Reacher. Oh, I'm getting a Jack Reach around.
Yeah, I was about to say the old reach around.
Hi, this is Jared Ralphie Allen. I'm here live with Tammy Aaron, the great actress behind the new Adventures of Love Buggy. How are you doing today?
Doing great. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Sorry, we're just doing the one mic today. We're all on location tonight. So, how you enjoying the fun today?
I had a great time. I'm really happy to be supporting this event for the second time. The first one was awesome. This one's bigger, and so I'm really happy to see it growing.
How many people have asked you about how you got your pigtails up?
Today, like 10. It all depends.
Is it just a natural average like that, like 10? What's the high point you ever had? Like, you ever keep a gauge of that?
When I met super busy Digimons, it was 300, maybe more. Okay. Everybody wants to know. And it's not that complicated. I actually did it for my social media. I actually braided my hair and put the wire in it. Kind of like crocheted wire, but it's crocheted and all that. But it's actually the way to make the hook, the way they braid it. It's all
What's some of the craziest thing you've ever had somebody ask as far as movie trivia or anything behind it?
Yeah, the craziest thing that anybody's asked me, and I usually tell them that I do most of my own stunts, at least 80%, that some of the scenes you can tell, they made like a life-size version of me, like a replica of me, they stuck straws up my nose. As soon as I got there in Jacksonville to start filming, they had to wrap me like a mummy with straws up my nose, and now, yes, we had jalopy in the airplane that I built. That's actually like a full version of me.
Oh wow.
To do those stunts, yeah, in case there was an accident with the plane, and actually while we were filming, there was an accident with the plane where it tipped over and it landed on the head of my mannequin. Yeah.
Like the closest thing to that, I mean, it's funny that I brought up the TV show on FX because like the next season they did, or 2 seasons after that, they did the Monica Lewinsky trial or scandal.
Yeah, yeah.
And like all the backstory on that, and like Linda Tripp and everything that went through that, and like how Monica got screwed over so hard. That poor girl.
She did.
Man, it's very enlightening. Like that show is very good. I would really recommend watching that if you haven't watched that. It's really good.
Yeah, because I don't think it was fair that she's a young girl and she's being persuaded by the most powerful man on the earth, and her life got destroyed. And to this day, we still revere Clinton.
Yeah,
but she said that she couldn't even date or get married because she goes, "You're bringing home Monica Lewinsky."
Yeah.
And she's like, my life got destroyed.
Yeah, and Linda Tripp basically did it.
Mhm.
Linda Tripp did everything. We're secretly recording her for that whole year or whatever.
Yep.
And was her best friend apparently, and just backstabbing her the whole time.
But also, who takes a cum stained dress home and just saves it? Like, that's weird. I mean, I don't do it anymore.
Yeah. Souvenirs.
Yeah. Like,
Now they're just on the figure. Don't use a black light in here.
I do. No. Be like the FBI database. There's 63 types of semen in here.
I mean, I do look like I have the body type for that, but it's just 63, that's low.
Those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
All right. Well, I'm going to make sure to go home and wash my clothes immediately.
Yeah, still not clean. Not clean. Yes, I forgot halfway through we had a soundboard.
Oh, wow. All right.
And they made a Blade 2 video game.
Oh, God.
And they basically, the second level was just that nightclub where in the intro where he just kills all the vampires.
Ooh, so exciting.
That's badass. Though.
And I just kept replaying that because you were just like, this is just fun.
This
like,
is awesome.
You could go to the vampire DJ and just throw your little star and just cut his head off. And it's like, yeah, and the music's still going.
Yeah, exactly.
I also think now I have this conspiracy that they don't want the biggins in the back of the plane, because I experimented with sitting, because normally I always take like the first, like depending on what kind of plane I'm on.
Yeah.
Because one of the planes, like the first row, the things don't go up, so I can't sit in that one, so I gotta sit in the second row. But if it's the other plane, I sit in the front. But I experimented this last trip, sit in the back, and I was 2 for 2 of the flight attendants trying to like semi-talk me out of sitting in the back seat. Because one of them was like, it's the narrowest seat, and the other lady was like, it doesn't go back, and I'm a lean back girl. I was like, homie, it's an hour and 4-minute flight. If my next flight, I'm gonna test it again. And if I go 3 for 3, I'm just gonna ask him, like, is this not safe for me? Like, just let me know.
I'm not balloon. It's not tailspin.
Like, I know how I know how Southwest likes to beat around the bush. So they're trying to be nice, but they're like, we don't want y'all back here. Just let me know. I'll waddle my ass right back to the front of the plane.
Put me on the front. I'll hold the black box.
Yeah,
her name's Vanessa.
I'm trying to go first anyways. I don't want to be in the back and just see see the flames coming. I'm trying to just be done, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so just send me back in the front. I don't know why I got off on that.
That's all right.
My bad. that reminded me of that. Yeah.
I just always think of the Rick and Morty thing where the plane crashed. I don't know.
Yeah,
Rick and Morty.
Oh, yeah.
Your dog's Morty.
My dog's Morty, yeah.
I mean, I have a Mr. Meeseeks right here.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah.
You gotta relax.
That's dope.
Yeah, I always think of the Eric Clapton song, like the way that you use it, and then like that whole plane crash and like that scene. Oh, that's a good one.
Like, is it like they're afraid that the tail's gonna hit the ground when we land? If my fat ass is back, like, what are we doing here?
Watch Final Destination 1 once.
Ugh.
There was no fat people on that movie.
Not at all. I don't like.
That should have been the reboot. That's gonna be the reboot.
Yeah.
Final Destination is just gonna be us going on Southwest.
Yo, no bullshit. I went to the airport on last Friday in Tulsa. I went to the airport. I got there. I was a little late. But they bumped me to a later flight, so I went back home. And when I came back, that was already sketched to me, but I had also partaken a little bit. So I get back to this airplane, and I'm getting on the airplane. And like, first off, I see this like dude in a pilot uniform, like kind of walk behind everybody to get in the door. And I was like, that was weird. But I was like, I'm tripping. Then I get on the plane and I proceed to watch the entire Tulsa soccer team walk by me and get on this plane. And I was like, brother, I've seen this movie. You know how many soccer teams have died on airplanes? Like an alarming amount of soccer teams have died on airplanes.
I don't know. I'm only on season 1 of Wexham.
It's an alarming amount. Okay, like it's a noticeable amount of soccer teams throughout.
Whatever
history
the Ryan Reynolds soccer show is,
like have died on airplanes. So I was
Wrexham,
like,
I think it's called.
I was like, oh my god. I was like, this son of a bitch is going down.
I mean, Bartlesville is famous now. Because we're popular. Speaking of South Park banning episodes off camera, on HBO Max. I'm sorry, Max. It's Max.
It's just Max.
Yeah, they transitioned.
If you mention HBO,
they went through a bit of a discovery phase.
That's right. And so that,
genuinely, that's the best one so far.
That's it. That's good. That's deserved.
Yeah, that's my set. No, but on Max we have a show called We're Here.
Oh, did they film it here?
They filmed it here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
We're Here. Do you know what it is?
No, I have no idea.
We're Here is a show. It's a positive show about drag positivity, and like it's drag performers going to like rural cities and stuff like that, and just kind of just showing like drag's not like satanic and devil worshiping kind of shit.
Yeah.
We're not out here to kill your kids. We're not out here to take your kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're just like they're pro drag and they just go to like these different places. And the last 3 episodes are about how anti-drag and how anti-LGBT Bartlesville is.
Bartlesville, everyone.
We were scouting this town called Bartlesville, outside of Tulsa.
Last year's drag performance caused quite a stir.
A family-friendly gay pride event in Bartlesville got heated.
Exposes adult subjects to little children.
The organizers of the event, Oklahoma's for Equality, felt really blindsided.
Well, that's beautiful.
Right as soon as they get this thing lit, they're like,
what we drove through.
Leave.
Yeah.
That is true. That is, I mean, it's not inaccurate.
Like they were going to have a drag show here. They had a drag show here like 3 years ago, and there was a gigantic anti-LGBT protest in Bartlesville, and then that's why We're Here decided to come here the year later. And they were going to try to have something going on, and then they even had like the LGBT like Council of Oklahoma helping to help like set up this show and stuff. And then during like episode 2 of the Max series, they announced they get this letter or email from the LGBT like place. They're like, yeah, we're having to back out.
I'm writing on behalf of Oklahomans for Equality Bartlesville. We wish to express our concerns regarding the potential filming of 1 or more episodes of HBO's We're Here in our community.
We kindly request that you reconsider your decision to film in Bartlesville at this time.
Our own community decided that we were disposable.
It pissed me off. You are supposed to be the torch that ignites the fire in this community. And you are saying, shh, we need some water.
So they didn't even come to support them?
Wow.
The Oklahoma Council didn't even help us.
Yeah, that's pretty on par for Oklahoma.
They're like, Bartlesville's kind of threatening us.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
that tracks.
Yeah.
Based on the hour-long drive that we did through the town of Bartlesville, it makes sense.
Yeah. It's a wonder I don't have any sponsors with a show like Unloading Meat.
Well,
in Bartlesville. Sponsor me now.
We might have stumbled on something here.
I mean, I say it all the time. I'm a member of the LGBT. You know, I'm a member of the pride.
Yeah. Part of the pride.
I'm part of the pride.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm a bisexual. I'm a faggot timeshare. I get Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'm looking for somebody to, get the Tuesdays, Thursdays.
Yeah, well, you got to rent those out. Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass half the time.
Well, because you also have to con them into taking those time, really. Yeah,
Can I just say, as a bisexual man myself, that's not the most offensive thing I've ever heard as a way to describe bisexual.
It's fun, right?
It's fun.
Yeah.
And there have been so many worse ways I've been described.
I embrace it, and I say that on stage sometimes. I lead up to it, and the funniest part is I've had 2 straight white women come up to me afterwards like, "You lost him when you said the F word," and I'm like, "Bitch." Anyway,
you're like, "That's half my word."
Yeah,
half.
Yeah,
I got half of it.
Only half.
Yeah,
I only get the got.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh god darn it.
I got.
I got. Can we make that a shirt?
That's the name of the episode.
I got.
I got.
I'm so glad that we've established that.
Yeah.
What I love though is that we, of course, are once again in a situation where we are talking about things that most people might be like trying to shy away from. Quinn.
No, because we're truth tellers.
We really are like
we speak the truth.
We don't hold back, Mr.
Yes.
I was trying to figure out which one of your names to use.
Mr. Jared,
Mr.
Senior Ralphie.
We don't hold that.
JRA.
JRA.
You do, like the Joe Rogan experience.
Yeah,
you
it's
do
just
that.
Yeah.
People point that out to me. Yeah.
We-
I am bald now.
People have been
So
trying to cancel us for years, and
we've been on the precipice of being
I know,
canceled.
yeah.
I know.
We
Me,
won't
just
let
like me
'em.
today.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, we
At the time of recording.
we do need to see the tapes before we leave.
Yes.
And,
we will need to scrub through the footage, make sure there's nothing.
Well, my tape library, you have to go through some beaded curtains.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Got to set the mood.
Yeah.
I'll light a
done.
candle.
Okay.
like the part of the video store you're not allowed to go into when you're.
I mean, that's what I was alluding to.
Right. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Glad that we can both get there.
I got it. I was there. I always love something.
This soundboard. I'm loving it.
Well, you don't get any of the references.
Nope, not a bit.
I can't say I'm loving it because, obviously. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, diabetes.
I thought you meant you can't say you're loving it because you're wearing the Beatles shirt.
Oh.
And who loves the Beatles?
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on, guys.
I mean, I actually have
Really?
Beatles lyrics tattooed on my car.
That's so
Which lyrics? What song?
1960s.
So, can you guess the song from those lyrics? It's, with
can't
every
read it.
mistake, we must surely be learning.
Oh, is it Imagine?
No. It's While My Guitar Gently Weeps.
Eleanor Rigby. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Eleanor Rigby.
Eleanor Rigby. I can officially say that because I'm bi. This is the gayest tattoo I have.
Sorry, I had to take a piss. It's fine. Just like this fat ass over here. Sometimes guests just can't be in the studio. And for that, we have to turn to the web. So please enjoy the following clips that showcase some of the biggest episodes and the biggest guests we've had here on Unloading Meat via the web. I was gonna say that.
I'm, still known enough in the AGT sphere.
Yeah.
But like for a while, and this is still something I want to do, I was trying to do some Twitch streaming as well. Those things do not connect.
Yeah.
At all. I have a lot of fans like on social media who were like, oh, we really loved you on AGT. And I was like, oh, cool. I'm going to be playing some video games on Twitch. You want to check it out? God, no. That doesn't sound interesting at all.
Yeah.
So it's like everything is, as a consumer of media, I love how specialized things can be. That like, if you're into something really nerdy, you can find a podcast, a Twitch streamer, whatever that focuses on that. But it also makes it tough if you're trying to build. It's hard to find those audiences that are into that very specific thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't always cross over,
Yeah.
Some people just want to see stand up and they do not care about that I'm into video games and wrestling and whatever, like that doesn't interest them. They just tell the jokes, tell your dick jokes, and then we'll move on. That's all I want.
Well, it's like I'm kind of running into that right now with the podcast because like I'm filming this today. Tomorrow I have an episode going out that's 3 hours with Sam Stackhouse from GCW, a wrestler, and then I'm also tomorrow afternoon recording an interview with a guy named Shardamus Prime, who is a famous toy reviewer and has like almost 1 million subscribers, and like he's just into toys and stuff. And I was like, okay, well I'm just gonna try to dabble into everybody and just talk to a few different people, and just put it on the channel and just trying to make it, just trying to do different things and see what bites, what people like to.
Yeah, what actually sticks, and that's what so much of this is. I think that's why it's so frustrating. It's really hard to find this like template that like, oh, if you do this, it'll work.
Yeah,
because some of the stuff that again, this is probably gonna be a dated reference by the time you put this up. But look, my wife and I were having this conversation, and I have no strong opinions either way because people can think what's funny is funny.
Yeah.
But like, why did the Hawk Tua girl get so popular so fast? Like, it's kind of funny, but like, what made that resonate? And one of my jokes not resonate.
Yeah.
And that's not coming from a place of jealousy or anything like that.
Yeah.
But it's just like, who could have predicted? Who looked at that video and I was like, I bet this is going to become a pop culture phenomenon.
Yeah.
Like, no, it was just a random thing that for whatever reason, lightning struck and it became a thing. So that's the other thing that's so frustrating about this. You can plan and put in the work and spend literal hundreds of hours working on something. And now, like, what's going to get famous? Some drunk girl on the streets of Nashville says a funny thing, and that's the biggest thing in the world.
Yep. And also, it's like that's kind of the catch-22 of it too. Is like you said, you can't plan for it, you can't organize what's gonna be viral, what's gonna pop off. But at the same time, as soon as that one thing does, nobody can replicate it or do that exact thing because it's already been taken by that Hawktua girl, or or whatever we're talking about. Like it's already been filled.
Yeah, and they're gonna try to.
Yeah,
and it's not gonna work. And so like that's always as a consumer of media, that's always like frustrating for me, and it can be tough because like it makes me hate the original thing, because then now, like, an example I was using comedy is like, oh God, I don't even know how to say this without sounding racist, but I swear my point is like, it's nothing against, like, I don't find Richard Pryor funny because I've seen 1,000 black comics following him basically try to do an impression of him that wasn't nearly as good. Yeah. But because of them, because of all the bad impressions, it makes me hate the original.
It's the Matrix bullet time thing when he slows down and dodges the bullets.
Yeah, 100%. Like
then it becomes it's in every single thing afterward, and you're like, fuck the Matrix. What do you need from me?
Oh, well, whatever you can give me.
Oh. Consensually? Okay. I mean.
Yeah, okay. Let me start something and let's go from there.
Wave that lighter in the air, put your hands in the air, put the lighter in the air, put your phone in the air, put the lighters in the air, put everything in the air. You know we're putting in the air, our hands are putting everything in the air. And then on the table, we put everything on the table, full house. I'm putting everything, my house, my shoes, my family, everything, cause I'm unloading some meat. Yeah, I'm unloading some meat. I'm unloading some meat. Gotta unload the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I'm emptying the fridge tonight, cause I am unloading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. Yeah, I'm picking up the fridge and I am unloading the. Hey, Steve.
What's up, Matt?
Hey, can you help me out? I really gotta do something real quick.
What's that?
I really gotta. There's some meat in my fridge and it's gonna go sour. It's gonna go bad, so I really gotta get it out.
All right, let's do it. Let's unload that meat. Unload that meat. Let's get that fridge empty, cause we gotta unload the meat from it. It's gonna go bad. The ribs, the steak, the pigs, the beef, everything needs to unload, cause we love that meat. We wanna keep the meat, and we wanna keep the meat, and keep the meat. Oh, we wanna eat that meat. We wanna eat it, so let's make sure it doesn't go bad before we eat it. Yeah, oh, yeah, unloading the, yeah. I'm loading the yeah. I'm loading the
Steve, but really I'm in love with you. I was just giving you a reason to come with me to the fridge so we could make out in front of the fridge, cause I'm in love with you. Oh, Matt and Steve are in love. That's why we unloading the meat in front of the fridge. And then they made kids.
Okay, I'm back. Wait.
That was so good.
Okay.
That was so
bad.
good.
For me, it actually started with this guy right here, the Spider-Man series.
Ooh.
This magnetic hand Spider-Man figure right here
Nice.
is where it all started. So yeah.
That's Toy Biz. What series was that, right?
Yeah, this is a Toy Biz. I call it the Spider-Man series. So not Spider-Man Classics, but it was the red carded Spider-Man line that it just had like a Mark Bagley Ultimate Spider-Man image, and the card was all red and it had little spider logos going down the sides. So I call that the Spider-Man series. And yeah, it was part of that. The Kick-Ass Toy Biz Daredevil came from that wave. And
well, I mean, you are I don't want to say you're the foremost authority, but I mean, you have a lot of pull in the comic reviewing way. I mean, like Bucky Cat mold and like terminology and stuff like that. Like, I'm not saying like you're the one that invented that, but like it's stuff that's like into the lexicon because of people like you. Like, it's something that just kind of comes up. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I've taken many phrases that other people have said and repeated them enough to where a lot of other people think of me when they think of those phrases, but I wasn't the one that came up with any of them. So just an idea thief over here.
No, it just shows you how many times Hasbro reuses the same mold.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm just reusing the same words. But like Century Productions, he coined the term ankle pivot. I guess we didn't know what to call it. So, Century Productions came up with ankle pivot, and it was everybody that year that was, that initial year of people getting on YouTube talking about Marvel Legends. It really seemed like 2009, 2010 is when that was really happening. And, Century called it ankle pivot, and it's like everybody else was calling it ankle pivot. We didn't know what else to call it. It's like this weird twisting. And but I've said it a lot, and, it's spread out. Now, whenever I hear somebody say ankle pivot, I think, I wonder if they watch my videos. They said ankle pivot. So, yeah. But could be someone else, though.
Hey, and you got Big Time Spidey, man.
And I got Big Time Spider-Man. No one can take that from me. Yeah, right over there.
And you got his sign, man. Right? You got the other one, right? Didn't you get one?
Yeah. That was an awesome moment. God, talk about like ultimate geek out. Like, damn. Like getting the.
Told you, man. I'm a fan.
Thank you. Yeah. No, that really meant a lot. Getting that kind of recognition, like, nowadays, a lot more people are on the internet doing this. There, like I said, like there's an influencer for every single genre. You know what I mean? Like window washers are influencers now, and plumbers are influencers. Like your doctor's an influencer. Everybody's an influencer nowadays. But like I've been doing this for 15 years, and the majority of that time, people couldn't understand what the hell I was doing, or like or it was like really weird. Or, for the most part, people were like really interested and curious. Like, well, how does that work? You make videos on the internet, and you get paid for it. Like, how you get ads? Like, how does that? People just constantly always asking me about that, and it just kind of blows my mind nowadays that like everybody is pretty much doing it. Like everybody's doing it, and it's cool. It's pretty awesome, but it's just like the tone about it has changed. And then it seems like the tone is changing again. Like, I think that now being an influencer sometimes gets like kind of discussed in a douchebag kind of way. And I'm like, you know what, man, I'll forever be proud of doing this. This is something I always felt like was a calling for me, and I love doing it. And so I always be proud of it and do it for as long as I possibly can. So,
well, I mean, like I said, you're an inspiration, man. Because, like I said, like I was a fan, and I still am. COVID was a hard time for a lot of us, and people putting content like that, like out, like what you did was like just it got me going. Because like I stopped collecting for a long time. I collected as a kid, Star Wars, Kenner stuff. I'm a big Power Rangers guy. I got Tommy tattooed on my arm.
Oh, I got to meet him once, man. He was awesome.
That's kind of what got me out of my shell in COVID. I've said it on the podcast before. He came to a con in Tulsa. It was like in August or so. It was like a month before he died. And in COVID, I was like my anxiety went out of control and stuff like that, and I was a recluse. I did not go out very often. Didn't go to crowd. I still have a lot of anxiety and like panic attacks with crowds, and I'm stand-up comedian, but I do it.
Wow.
But yeah, well, thanks.
Dude, kudos. Talk about jumping into the flames.
Yeah.
Shit.
And like he came to Tulsa, and I kind of like I don't know, pussed out, if you want to say, or I wussed out, and I didn't go, and then he died.
Oh man.
And like I said, I have his tattoo. Like I have a whole Power Rangers display, a whole Green Rangers. Like I'm a huge Tommy guy, and so that got me out of my shell. I was like, okay, I can't let that happen again, and it pushed me out to get back out.
Yeah.
And that I always remember that. Like he was very important, and like it kind of gave me this philosophy, post therapy, post a lot of stuff. It's just always remember to give people their flowers whenever they're alive.
Yeah.
So like even people like you, man. Like I'm grateful. Like I want to tell you in person. I'm grateful for you being on here, but I wanted it's cool to have you in person and say like, dude, Shardimus Prime's here. I'm talking to him in person, and like this is the guy that helped inspire this. Because like I'm not doing toy reviews, I'm not doing action figure stuff, but it is a hobby. It's a passion of mine. But this is probably the most genius thing I ever did for a set, because if I have strangers like my set, you see my studio, like I have my couch, it goes all the way around.
That is so cool.
And then I'm working on flyers around the HasLab stuff.
Oh, and the packaging's up there.
Yep,
Yeah,
I made murals out of the packaging.
Great. I just cut some up myself yesterday right before recycling.
Yeah, so that's mine, and then I got the hammer and the Galactus, like so like I'm trying to like, inspire that, but it's one of those things where if I don't know somebody on the couch, the first 30 minutes of every show, no matter what, I can at least talk about something here because it's something relatable.
Mm-hmm.
And I can be like, hey, did you watch Power Rangers? Did you watch Transformers or something? And they can relate to something, and we can bond over that.
Yeah.
And I like to say my podcast is not about action figures, it's not about comedy. I've interviewed wrestlers. I had a guy from America's Got Talent. I interviewed him yesterday, Ryan Neiman. Awesome. And if they're an entertainer, there's somebody that is just a great conversation, I want to have them on.
Nice.
And that's awesome. Like I said, Tommy, I missed the opportunity to talk to Jason David Frank. One of my inspirations is Kevin Smith, a couple other comedians, stuff like that. And so it's my thing of like, if they're coming through Tulsa, if they're coming through this area, or if I'm able to talk to them, I want to be able to talk to them and give them their flowers. So again, thank you to you, man. This is awesome.
That means a lot, really. It really does mean a lot, because it's the internet space is a harsh place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So hearing that, I sincerely mean it. It does mean a lot to me. Thank you. Thank you.
No problem, man.
It really does.
I like I said, I don't pull no punches, man. I can't anymore.
Yeah.
I'm a no filter kind of guy.
Awesome. Oh, thank you. Now you got to tell me everything that's wrong that I've done.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you watch the last debate? No. So what's next on the list, Captain Fatass? Well, I thought we'd continue going on chronologically with it. Hold on. What's with the name calling? Captain Fatass? Well, I thought to tell us apart, I would portray the mean JRA. Yeah, but can't they already tell the difference because I'm over here and you're over there? So should we switch? No, we don't have to fucking switch. Just go to the next clip.
Because if I didn't tell you my mom was white, you would have no idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
just except for you love anime.
Yeah. I love black people, but some Asians.
Blasians.
At least once in my life.
I think there should be a weed like flavor named Blasian.
Yeah,
I would buy it. I'd fuck the shit out of it. I'd fuck with it.
It tastes like
cocoa butter.
Cocoa butter and whatever Asians eat. Sweet and sour. Yeah.
Sweet and sour cocoa butter.
Fried orange chicken.
Fried orange chicken.
Yeah, that'd be gangster.
Yeah. Dude,
we should do like a Rush Hour movie, fried orange chicken.
Oh,
a black guy and an Asian dude. We should do that.
Yeah,
man, that'd be great. Because I wrote a skit called.
Well, isn't orange chicken already fried? They deep fry it and then they dip it in the sauce.
But think of
what was it like being a part of Andy Dick's publicized downward spiral? Because you were scheduled for a show.
So for the
you were scheduled to like go up on the stage after you were going to grace the stage.
So for those that don't know, I was about to do a show that was headlined by Andy Dick. He was coming for 3 days for like a weekend. Famous comedian and not canceled person Andy Dick was coming to fucking Tulsa and Broken Arrow for 3 days. So I get on this flyer and the promoter, I'm not gonna name, was like, hey, make sure everybody promotes all this shit. I was like, cool. So I put out the flyer, put it on my Instagram, and I just put a random song on it. And like I had been watching Oh Brother Where Art Thou like that week. So like I had already tagged some stuff with those songs.
Yeah.
And so it was like, you know how Instagram can like give you recommendations of what songs to attach? It was like, would you like to attach Big Rock Candy Mountain to this flyer? I was like, why sure I would. We're dealing with Andy Dick. So I put that song on there. Tagged everybody in it, put the flyer out, thought nothing was gonna happen.
Yeah.
10 minutes later, Andy Dick messages me. It goes, I'll pull it up on the phone. Andy Dick messages me. Keep in mind, it was just a flyer with his picture on it and the song Big Rock Candy Mountain from Oh Brother Where Art Thou, which is like a song from the 1940s. It's like Big Rock Candy Mountain. Yes. So Andy Dick messages me back 10 minutes later and goes, I don't like the song that you're playing for this ad. It sounds like I'm singing, and that's not true. You should play one of my songs or something that doesn't sound like me is singing.
And I'll sing this part for you.
If you don't mind. So keep in mind, he doesn't like this song because it sounds like Andy Dick. He wants me to pick a song that is Andy Dick or something that doesn't sound like Andy Dick. So I reply, okay, no problem.
Just let me know.
Then he replies, also, have you told Lena about this show yet? Lena being his wife. And then just sends me his wife's phone number. I reply back, Andy, I'm a comic on the show coming up in Broken Arrow in October. I think you're messaging the wrong person, sir. To which Andy Dick replies, okay. Do you know who's putting on the show that I am in? So I send him the booker's information, and he goes, can you remove the song? Because it's still a sticky point that he wants the song removed from the flyer. So I go, I remove the song for you. And then he replies, you can put one of my songs on there. There's tons of them online. So he's right. And we'll just take a little side scroll. I want you to see Instagram. We're just going to create a new post, okay? Just a little sidebar with Lance over here. Just take a selfie of myself. Nice and going. We're gonna go next, and then we're gonna put some music to it. Browse. Okay. We're gonna type in Andy Dick on Instagram.
Put it on the mic.
I want you. I want you to see. Do you see how many songs he has on Instagram?
Oh.
They keep going.
So just let me know when to sing.
So.
Andy
Dick has like 200 examples of songs on Instagram.
This was comedy gold.
So I try to go through these and I find one that is just called N-word. And it's not N-word, it's the full word. It's just called that.
Nigger.
That's what it's called.
We're happy and we're singing and we're niggers.
So for some reason, it's available on Instagram. So,
that was the part that threw me off the most.
So I attach it to that and I send it back.
Instagram bans so much shit. Put it on the mic.
So I send it back to Andy Dick and I go, does this one work? And he doesn't realize that I'm trolling him with his own racist song. So yes, they'll say that song is available and I tagged it back with that.
You should have let him say niggers.
And then
I'm sorry to my family that at home that's getting mad. It's funny to me, and you got to be in comedy, I guess, to understand it.
Then I sent him that, and it's clearly a troll. Like I'm tagging his N-word song on this post that he had a problem with. To which Andy replies, "Yes, I'm doing a bunch of stuff. So make sure to talk to either Lena or Tommy. I don't know who Lena or Tommy is, but I found out Lena's his wife."
Could you imagine sobering up and seeing these messages?
And then he sends me Lena's phone number again. To which I reply, Andy, again, I'm a comic.
Why are you telling me who your wife and where your wife and what your wife's phone number is? What is going on?
Yes. So then, to make it even better,
he's just at home. No, you will know.
That was 2 weeks before the show. And then a day before the show, the booker sends us screenshots where Andy's like, I don't think I'm coming out for these shows. I might have a show with Adam Carolla. And it just no-shows all the shows, even though we had hotels and flights and everything for 3 days for him.
People paid for so much. You see, okay, and I want to be famous, but I never want to do that.
In the process of getting those random messages for Andy Dick, I went to Reddit and I started a little chat. Do you see how many replies I got? 96 people posted.
Oh, shit.
So, for those who can't see, I went on Reddit. I was like, hey, just booked a show with Andy Dick. Any advice? Can you imagine, to my great surprise, that 80% of the comments were don't. One of my favorites, though, out of the 96 comments I got on this, was Andy's guitarist replied.
His guitarist says it. The funniest fucking quote of the day.
Let me find it. It's so
what
good.
the fuck was this guy? Him and his guitarist are on drugs. I will never be high enough to embarrass myself the way this dude did. And I feel bad because I love Ben Stiller. And that's like, I guess, one of Ben Stiller's ex-homies. I don't know if they're still friends. But the fact that someone you once associated with, you have to look at different people saying fuck this guy, and you will forever remember you made him famous.
Hey, I'm Sammy Hill. I am Andy Dick's music director and guitarist.
Music director.
Andy Dick has a music director?
What?
I will be on stage with him as well. Spoiler alert, you guys weren't. We are looking forward to your performance and all the performances that evening and excited to be there. Not excited enough. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to ask me any questions that you have. Looking forward to a great night, and we'll see you soon. Not
I'm
really.
A troll. I'm a troll. I would have so sent him the link too of niggers. I'd have been like, so did you direct this?
So Andy Dick canceled on us.
Being that racist.
Surprise, surprise. I found out through the grapevine that apparently he may be either estranged from his wife or not have a custody.
No, they're separated.
They're separated, and there may be a restraining order or something like that.
They're separated. There's a restraining order, and she is actively disassociating with him.
So the fact that he's just sending random comedians his wife's phone number without provocation multiple times is fucking like, what the fuck?
I just want people that may think I'm ignorant from the way I've spoken today. I know law, and that is very illegal, and it does break the confines of that restraining order.
It does. And so I just put out a tweet or a message. I was like, LOL, I guess we got dicked by Andy Dick. I said, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Quick Google search. And then the booker was like, I get a message back, and the booker's like, was that really smart to tag Andy in that? That's going to make us look bad. I'm like, you booked Andy Dick.
No, my favorite part about that was the booker told you that you should take it down. And all you said was, all right, went in and fucking...
I had tagged the venue and Andy Dick in the playa that said Andy Dick no-showed on our shows. And he's like, that's going to look bad on us. And I was like, you booked Andy Dick. So I just said, okay, I'll fix it. And I just untagged the venue and just left it up. And I was like, fixed.
He sent it right back to the dude and was like, good now.
Yeah.
And never hit back. Never. And that was the funniest thing to me was like, oh, he tried to control the whole narrative. And you were like, hey, no.
Yeah. So
I'm me.
For those that don't know, I screenshot the text with Andy Dick, the entire conversation with the N-word and everything. It's on the Reddit thread right now. I updated it because people asked for updates, so I was like, there's 3 updates on that thread. It's on the stand-up comedy on Reddit right now.
Ben Stiller, get your boy.
So guys, check out r/stand-up comedy and hit up your boy Unloading Meat. And so like, I got into college and stuff, and I got into heavily drinking pretty good, but then I got kind of scared out of it because I had one day where I fucked up really hard.
Yeah.
I was trying to impress a girl, as one is to do.
And
so
ruin everything.
Yeah. She was trying to, like, I was already friend zoned.
Mhm.
I didn't know it, but I was 20 and I was like, I want this girl. Like,
Yeah.
I'm into this girl. So she has this party at her apartment. We go over there and it's me and like 3 pro wrestler friends. We
Yeah.
all work at Game Exchange
Uh-huh.
during the day, but on the off times, I'm going to college and they're pro wrestlers.
Right. Okay.
Clearly, she was into them.
Yeah.
Not the fat guy that's working the counter at Game Exchange. So she has all these alcohol lined up because she's trying to impress the wrestlers.
Yeah.
I decided I'm just going to drink everything. So in the span of like 30 minutes, I had 7 double shots of Jack.
Yeah.
I had 2 beers, 2 glasses of wine, and whatever else she had lined up.
Yeah.
I blacked out.
Mm-hmm. As one does.
Yeah. From what they've told me beforehand or afterwards is at one point I said I had to piss, so they just dropped me in the bathroom, and they came and checked me, and I was like in the bathtub just playing with their rubber ducky. And then they took me out of there, and they laid me on the living room floor, and they laid me on this arm like this.
Yeah.
And about 30 minutes went by, and I'm still blacked out, and my arm starts twitching.
Yeah.
And they go, well, that's not good. Hey, Jared. And then I'm not responsive. Oh, shit. What we do? Did we kill Jared?
Yeah.
So then they take me to the ER. And I wake up, and this is my only memory I make. I wake up, and I'm looking at the lights,
Yep.
and Freebird is playing. And I'm like, this is a fucking Oklahoma hospital.
Yeah.
And the doctor leans in, and he's like, you could have died. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
He's like, you consumed so much alcohol. And like, he's just like ranting at me, and I'm fucking drunk. I don't remember anything.
Yeah,
I'm just like, whatever. And they give me this little pamphlet. It's about alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
And I open it up later, and it says like minor side effects and major side effects.
Mm-hmm.
Under minor, it says death. Pretty sure that'd be a major.
Yeah.
But
what's worse?
Yeah.
Like, where do you go from there?
So then I'm starting to come to and everything, and they set me up, and I'm getting better.
Mm-hmm.
My arm's not working. My arm's just dead. It looks like the Harry Potter arm whenever they took all the bones out.
Yes, well, that can sometimes happen.
It just won't work.
Yeah.
And he goes, you have drunker's palsy. And I go, what's that? He goes, it's you consumed so much alcohol, then you laid on that, and it basically cut off the circulation. And because you had so much alcohol in your system, it basically just cut off the circulation. It'll come back in a couple of days.
Yeah.
So I had no arm for 3 days.
Holy shit.
No feeling all the way down. So they let me leave, and the wrestlers are carrying me out. I have one arm around each of their necks, and they're kind of like weekend of burning me.
Yeah.
Outside the the ER. And we're going through registration, and I see this old lady, and she has a head wound.
Uh-huh.
She has gauze wrapped around, and she's handcuffed to the chair, and there's police around her. Like, they brought her in hard.
Yeah.
And she just has this gauze wrapped around her head, and I look over, and I go, she looks like a Shriner. And they go, Jared, shut the fuck up. And so I just start going, bop, bop, ba, da, 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 just through the ER.
Yeah.
And that's how I fucking impressed that girl. And then the next day, they're like, you got to go to work at Game Exchange. And I was like, but I don't have an arm. They go, yeah, it's going to be funny.
Yeah.
Because he was my boss. So he made me work with one arm. And he fucked the girl.
Yeah. What a sweetheart.
Yeah. I kind of teed him up because, to her, they're like, oh, you're a hero. You saved Jared.
Yeah.
Of course I'm going, oh.
Yeah. I've never heard of drunkard's palsy.
Neither have I.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
You cut off
3
circulation,
days.
There's no blood in that arm. It was just alcohol. It was just full of booze.
If somebody passes out, boys and girls, don't lay them down on their arm like this and just let it go for about 30 minutes.
I'm so worried that I don't remember what I said, and so you're gonna edit this podcast. I'm gonna look like the worst person in the world.
The one time I tried pegging, I was like, good thing we were both fat because I had like a built-in governor. Sponsored by FUPA.
Wait, were you pegging someone or were you getting pegged?
As a guy, I would be getting pegged.
That's what I was confused about. I was like, what was in the way?
Her gut. Like I said, sponsored by FUPA. Had a governor on the. There was some overgrowth.
Now, there are times where images don't need to be in my head, and this is one of them. I was like genuinely like trying to think of what you were talking about because I was like, what do you mean? Like, because I'm thinking like a strap on, and then I'm like,
picture Frosty's nose when the head starts melting and the carrot starts going slowly into the head.
I'm calling the police. That's fucking disgusting. I mean, I love, like, I am a big bitch. I love them. Hashtag
BBL.
Hashtag we love big women.
We do.
Why did you decide to do that? You knew it was gonna happen. You don't just. It's not like you both were like, there's not gonna be any complications in this. Do you not think about that first? Like every time before I have sex, I'm like, what complications could happen and how do I stop them?
You're forgetting two crucial things when it happens with sex: horniness, free time.
Okay, you had enough time to put the fucking strap-on and nobody thought, huh? Also, it sounded like she wasn't working too hard because she could have just lifted that shit up.
It's true.
I was gonna say I recently had that happen to me.
Go on.
Where someone had touched like my fupa and like there's no reason to. It's like not in the way. But he did. And I'm not saying he's dead.
It's good to be human. Nice to be alive. It's better than sushi or something that's fried. It's good to be human. After all we've been through, I'd rather be human than somebody's food. Where you say it's a dog's life that you wanna live in, all fuzzy and simple, you're beginning to grin. But a baby can change things, he's beginning to crawl. Now you're left in the cold night, just scratching your balls. It's good to be human, nice to be alive. Well, it's better than sushi or something that's fried. It's good to be human after all we've been through. I'd rather be human than somebody's food. If I were a cow now, sitting in the sun, munching on some grass now, just having fun, I would be so happy. Life would be okay till they came and got me and I became a fillet. It's good to be human, nice to be alive. Well, it's better than sushi or something that's fried. It's good to be human after all we've been through. Well, I'd rather be human than somebody's food. Okay, here it is. Where you say it's over, where you say you're through. You're tired of being human. Now what do you do? See, a cow never told me that he loved me true. Well, the thing about humans, we often do. Okay, everybody, no, just the Jews. It's good to be human, nice to be alive. Well, it's better than sushi or something that's fried. It's good to be human after all we've been through. Well, I'd rather be human than somebody's food.
That was awesome.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
I almost used the lighter again when you said the Jews line. I was like, nope, I'm not going to make that comment. We don't need to go there. Well done, sir. Well done. I love hearing not only female voices, but different perspectives.
Yeah.
Like, they're so important. Like, it's like, how many times do I need to go to an open mic and hear 5 dudes talking about how they came to the buckets that week?
Yeah.
Occasionally, I want to hear about a woman's workday.
I'm at a part of my comedy career. I'm like, man, do I want? It's kind of like a wrestling
gimmick change.
Yeah. Like, do I want to drop Mister and just be Larry Tibbs? Because I think about all of my favorite comedians. They don't. None of them have. Only comedian that has like the gimmick name is Cedric the Entertainer.
Yeah.
But I don't have. Nobody knows Mr. Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or no, there's no Mr. Dave Chappelle. It's just, you know.
I thought you were going to go a complete different way, but in 2025, I'm decided to change some things. I'm dropping Mr. because my new pronouns are.
Yeah.
Which is nothing wrong with that. I was like, man, this is going to be a progressive podcast.
Hey, I'm good. I'm good on that. I'm good on that.
I don't understand anybody who's doing this that didn't have a fucked up childhood. It's really perplexing.
Yeah.
Anytime anybody's funny and they're not. They didn't.
You're
have a fucked up
funny and you didn't have trauma? What the fuck?
Yeah, like I don't have
Well, I'll fix that.
Oh my god.
Holy crap, was that the last clip? Yep. And we are officially at the end, folks. Thank you to all 99 guests that have been on Unloading Meat and have made it what it is. Thank you to the fans and the viewers and the listeners on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Thank you to the downloaders. Thank you basically to anyone that's given me a click on any kind of social media or anything that we've put out here at Unloading Meat. I'm eternally grateful for you. Thank you. You know, when I decided to get back into stand-up comedy a few years ago, this really just came from the idea of trying to have a fallback plan. I've told the story on the show before, but a long time ago, I tried stand-up, and then I thought I was banned. So when I got back into it, I wanted to have a fallback plan. I wanted to have something that, in case of emergency, I could pull the little lever, and I had something to show for all my work. But after 99 guests and all the hours that we have poured into Unloading Meat Productions, I hope by now, all these clips that you've seen today, that you can see that this is no longer just a fallback plan. Unloading Meat is something special. If you don't agree with that, go fuck yourself. I really don't care. This is more than just a passion project. This is more than just, a guy alone trying to figure something out in a room. This is something that we've built together, both me and you, the audience. And again, I just want to say thank you. That being said, any final words, JRA? Nah, let's just wrap this shit up so we can take this duet to the bedroom and really just confirm that this has just been really elaborate masturbation with extra steps. Oh, I thought you would never ask. Guys, thank you so much for watching Unloading Meat. I've been Jared Ralphie Allen. That's been Jared Ralphie Allen. Peace. Peace.
Unloading the meat, 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 unloading the meat. I don't even know what it means, what it is, what it is, what it is.
Bye, have a great time.